our video yet. Okay, so we're going to compare numbers all the way up to 10. We're going to be drawing a lot of counters today. So I need you to be extra careful when we're drawing. Oh, keep those closed. You'll see what's going to happen soon. I need your eyes up here listening to the video. Your pencils are on your box. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Here are the numbers 8 and 5. What words could you use to describe the number 8?
What words could we say?
You could say the number 8 is greater than 5.
Would you agree?
How does the drawing show that 8 is greater than 5?
So they did some cubes, right? Okay. How do you know that 8 is greater than 5? How does this help you see that? Brady.
They circled it.
What's that? Say louder.
They circled it.
Well, they circled it to show you, yes. What else did they do? What else did they add down here, Riley?
There's more squares in on the farm.
Under 5 or 8?
8.
Under 8. Very good. So there's more squares. You can see just from the drawing that lets you see, oh, yes, 8 is greater because I see more squares than over here under the 5. Okay, would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Thumbs up? Okay, good.
There are 8 blue squares and there are 5 red squares. How do you know that 8 squares are greater than 5 squares?
We can see it and we can
When you count,
Very
8
good.
comes after 5. 1, 2, 3,
count.
4, 5,
6.
6, 7, 8.
Okay. So remember the number line. When you see the number line, we see that 8 comes after 5. So again, we know that that's another way to see that it's greater. Okay, so let's see our little try here. So move from one number to the next to compare the numbers. So remember, this is very sensitive. I'm going to try. There's 1, 2, oh. See, look, I'm all over here and it goes over there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, look at all those cubes. Okay? So that's a great visual for you to see. 1 is less than 10, isn't it? And 1 is also less than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look at that, because you can see it getting bigger. So which one is the greatest? Which is the greatest one, Alina? 10. Out of all these numbers, 10 is the greatest because it is the tallest right now, right? And you see that tower being built. Okay.
Here are the numbers 6 and 9. What words could you use to describe the number 6? You could
Very
say
good. Less
number
than
6
9. Very
is
good.
less than 9.
Put that aside.
How does the drawing show that 6 is less than 9?
It comes before 9,
Arrows
right?
point to the numbers in the number sequence.
Yep.
How do the numbers with arrows show that 6 is less than 9?
Okay, so those arrows are pointing to where they are on the number line, right? So what number comes first when you count, 6 or 9? Jacob, what comes first, 6 or 9? 6, right? So we know that 6 is going to be less than 9 because we say it first when we count. Okay?
The numbers show how you count, and the arrow for 6 is before the arrow for 9. So 6 is less than 9. What words could you use to describe both numbers here?
What can we say, guys?
They're
You
equal.
could say 7 is equal to 7. How does the drawing show that 7 is equal to 7?
It's the same. Very good. We have the same amount. Remember, what is this box called?
A 10
10 frame. You know it's a 10 frame. So remember, there's 5 on top and 5 boxes on bottom. So remember, when you count, all you have to do is say, okay, there's 5, 6, 7. That's a quicker way. But you guys, a lot of times now, when you even just see it as a 10 frame, you guys don't even have to count, do you? A lot of you guys just know it. So this 10 frame is very helpful. So they have the same amount of count or stars in their 10 frames. So that means they are what?
Equal.
Equal. Good. All right, here's the end here.
Both 10 frames are showing the number 7, and the same spaces are filled. Now you know how to use models and how to compare numbers.
Okay, fantastic. All right, so names are on top of these papers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, pencils are out, boxes are closed. Remember, we don't want any spills. Let's go to our solving chair, our front make sure to do it together. Okay, so we see clothesline, don't we? All right, you see all those numbers? Every little towel there that's hanging on the clothesline has a number. So we go all the way from 1 to 10, don't we? Okay, so let's listen to the little story of the question.
Emily's mother asked her to bring the towels in off the line. Her basket can hold less than 7 towels. How many towels might Emily bring in? You can give more than one answer. Show how you know your answers are right.
Okay, so we have 10 towels. She has a basket here to put the towels inside, to bring them inside. But it says her basket can hold less than how many?
7.
Oh, say it again.
7.
7. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at this. What numbers are less than 7? Let's figure that out first. When you look at these numbers, here's 7. Which numbers are all less than 7? Okay, Aiden, which numbers are less than 7?
2.
2 is less than 7, okay. Circle that one. What else is less than 7? Madeline.
6.
6 is less than 7, good, circle it. Valentina. 5 is less than 7, very good. What else is less than 7, Ben?
4.
4, great. What else, Alina?
1.
1. What else is less than 7, Jimena?
3.
3. All right, any more less than 7?
No.
No. So everything from to the left of 7 is less, correct?
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are less. Okay, so here's what we can do. We circle those numbers, and then it says you can show how you know your answer is right. Okay? So let's go ahead and, you know how we saw those blocks, and they showed the blocks while they were getting taller?
Yeah.
So let's do this. We're going to build with little blocks, and we're going to draw it out. You ready? So under the 1, let's draw 1 block. Okay, we'll start with 1. Now let's draw another tower. How many's going to get in that one? 2. So let's draw 2. Let's build our blocks. Strong, small. Get another one here. Okay, after 2, let's do what?
3.
So keep building up. 1, 2, 3. See, it's going to keep getting taller. So build and go up. Now after 3 comes
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting a little taller, right? Keep adding 1 more. All right, what comes after 4?
5.
5. 5. Okay, and what's the last one that's less than 7? Madeline? 6. Look at that. So it's always getting one more we're gonna add, right? Just try your best, guys. I want to see if you guys are gonna do that. All right? So does yours kind of look like it's getting bigger?
Yeah.
Getting a little bit taller? Okay, so we can't say 7, right? Because 7 is not less than 7. 7 would be equal to 7, wouldn't it? Okay? Yes, that works. All right, so your last tower should have 6 in it. So do one more, Ben. Maybe it's not. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Now this one I want it to have 6. Okay, the last one. We'll make it 6. Good job. Everyone got that? Okay. So double check your box. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Thumbs up. We're good? Okay, when you have that, maybe you can do one more with 6. That's it. Okay, then go and lift and turn to the next page when you think you're ready. Okay. So this is the one you guys are on? See it? It's up there? All right. So this is going to be a little different. They're going to do a couple of different things here, guys, okay? So please make sure your listening ears are turned on, right? Turn them on, ready? Turn them on to high volume, all right. Okay. So number 1, they kind of already did it for us. If you remember from the video, how they had arrows pointing to the numbers? Okay, so that's kind of what they did. So it says count the numbers 1 to 10 and use the number sequence to show how you know which number is greater than the other, and then draw a circle around the number that's greater. Okay? So what's this first number that we have here? Raise your hand, please. Jenna? 7. What is this second number? Please raise your hand. Dean? 8. Okay, so trace over this line. So connecting the 7. Oh, I gotta get my pen. The 7 down to the 7. Okay, so trace that line that they have there. 7, and then draw it down to the 7 in the number line. Okay? Now sit up, please. All right, and then the 8, draw a line from the 8 down to the 8 in the number line. All right, so which number is greater? When you look at the number line, remember it's the number that comes second. Not the first one, it's always the last one. Jacob, what number is greater? 8. So that's why they circled the 8 up here. So circle the 8. 8 is greater than 7. That's correct. So they did it right. You always gotta check their words. You never know, they might make an oops. Okay? All right, so number 2 says, draw counters in the 10 frames to show how you know which number is greater, and then draw a circle around the number that's greater. So what do they want us to draw in here? Raise your hand if you think you know. What are we going to draw in our 10 frames? What do we always draw, Juliana? Yeah, our counters, right? Okay, so how many counters do we need in the first one, Ethan? 6. Let's go ahead and fill it in. Top row always first. I don't even need to count because I already know, right?
Me too.
5, 1 over 6. Good. All right, and then let's, how many go in the bottom one, Evelyn? 4. Thank you. Okay, so always start in the top row, left to right. All right, so now looking at our counters filled in here, which number is greater, 6 or 4? Brayden.
6.
And how do we know that that one's greater? Because we did what? How do you know 6 is more? Then, because we drew more counters. Very good. So we're going to circle the 6. 6 is greater than 4 because we drew more counters in our 10 frame. See how we did that? Okay, look now. Remember, your paper, look at the whole thing. Okay, so here we go again. Listen to the directions. Every time it's going to change. Okay, so everyone's here. Don't do anything yet. Just wait. Just wait. All right, so we're number 3 here. We have 2 numbers. So it says draw pictures to show how you know which number is greater than the other, and then draw a circle around the number that is greater. So what can we draw here next to these numbers to show which one is greater? What do we usually tend to draw? Victoria, what do we usually draw? Counters, okay? So what number is this? Who can tell me what number this is? Georgia, what number is this? 6. So let's go ahead and count together and draw 6 counters. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you see I didn't draw them really big because we have a small space, right? Draw them in a line. Keep them next to the 6. Okay, what number is this down here, Ramona? 9. Okay, so we're going to draw 9 counters again. Remember, if you have to make a second row, that's totally fine. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so then we're going to draw a circle around the number that is greater. Double check that you have 9. Which number do you think is greater, 6 or 9? Which number is greater, 6 or 9? Jenna? 9. How do we know that 9 is greater? Aiden?
Because we add more counters.
We had to draw more counters, right? So when I was doing number 9, look at this. I did 6 up here, just like 6, but then I had to keep going, right? To make 9, I did 3 more. So we know that 9 is greater, so we're going to circle the 9. Very good. Yeah, good job. I know it kind of matches our counter, doesn't it? Oh, very good. Okay, so look at number 4. We have 10 frames again. Okay, so listen to what they want us to do before you do anything. Evelyn, don't even get started. Don't even think about it, because you have to hear directions first. So it says, draw counters in the 10 frames to show how you know if the numbers are equal. Then draw a circle around both numbers if they're equal, or mark an X if both numbers are not equal. So let's first fill in our 10 frames. All right, what's the first number that we have up here, Alina?
8.
8. All right, so go ahead and fill it in with 8 counters. Always start in the top row. I know a lot of times we don't even have to count anymore because we know, right? Okay, in the bottom 10 frame, how many counters are we going to put in there, Juliana?
8.
8. Okay, go ahead.
1, 2. Well, we need 8 though. We need 8.
Make sure you have 8. Okay. So let me ask, are these numbers equal or not equal? Then D. Equal. Very good, because they have what? They both have 8 counters. Very good, they're the same. So we're going to circle both numbers. You put a big circle around both of them. Very good. So do your 10 frames look the same? 8 and 8? Okay, you should have the same number of counters. Good. Okay, everyone's good? Thumbs up if you're done? Awesome. Okay. Okay, look down here, number 5. Listen first, don't do anything, just listen. Number 5 says, use the number sequence, this is their number sequence line, to show how you know which number is less than the other number, and then mark an X on the number that's less. So here we're going to do this. First, what's this number right here? Riley, what's this number? 9. So find it in your number line and draw a line connecting them. Ready? So here we go. 9, I found the 9 all the way down here. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Draw a line connecting them.
I didn't find it yet.
Okay? What's my second number? Valentina, what's this? 10. So find it in your number line here. Oh, I see it. I'm going to draw a line connecting them. Okay. So which number is less? 9 or 10? Which number is less, Ethan? 10 is less than 9? Oh, 9 is less than 10? Okay. And we know that because what number comes first when we count? 9. 10 comes after it, right? So we're going to put an X on the 9. An X on the 9. X is, we're saying we're looking for less, right?
X on your 9.
So put an X on the 9. Good. All right, we're good? Okay. Here we go for number 6. Listen first. Don't do anything. Listen. All right, it says draw pictures to show how you know which number is less than the other number. Then mark an X on the number that's less. So again, we're going to draw what? Counters. Okay, so first number. What number is this, Dean? 9. Let's go ahead and draw counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure you have 9. Double check it and do it again. Count. All right, how many counters are we going to draw next? What's the second number, Jacob? 8. Very good. So go ahead and draw 8. All right, so we're looking for the number that is less. Okay? Which number is less? Is it going to be the 9 or is it going to be the 8? Then 8. Which number is less? 9 or 8? 8. Very good, because we drew less counters, right? Did everyone draw 8? Okay? Because when I counted 9, I passed up 8. Do you remember hearing yourself count? And you passed up 8, you said 8, and then you'd add one more 9. So let's put an X on the 8. 8 is less. Okay, how you guys doing so far?
Good.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. Okay. Now it's time for you guys to show me how to do it on your own. Okay? I want to make sure don't do anything yet. Hold on. Okay? Remember, we're only doing, if I tell you to circle something or put an X, only do that. Don't add extra stuff, okay? So if we put an X on a number, don't circle any other numbers. Okay, if I ask you to circle something, don't put an X on the other one. Only do the one step I tell you to do. Excuse me, you're gonna fall. Put that on. Okay. All right, so number 7. You guys ready? You're on your own this time. I'm not gonna do it on the board. So you have to listen. You ready? Let's earn those dojo points. Okay, so number 7 says, draw pictures to show that you know which number is less. Okay? So first, draw counters to represent this number. Go ahead. Draw counters to represent this number. Count it out. And then draw counters for the second number. Then put an X on the number that is less. Put an X on the number that is less. Don't circle anything, just put an X on the number that's less. Whichever one you drew less for, put an X on. Got it? Alrighty. Okay. Now this one's going to look a little bit trickier, right? Okay, so now, you see this number 9, right? Draw a line from this number 9 to the other 9 in this number line. Find it. Draw a line to it, connecting them. Do the same thing here for number 7. Find the number 7 down here in the number line, your sequence. It made like an X, right? They crisscross. That's fine. But draw a line connecting it. But here's the number that I want. Are you ready? It says, which number is less? So put an X on the number that is less. Is it 9 or 7? Put an X on it. Put an X only on the number that was less, 9 or 7. Thumbs up when you're done. So I see that you're finished. Which number was less? We're all good? You did it? Okay. All right. Down here at number 9, we have 2 blanks, don't we? So it says, can you write the next 2 numbers that are greater than the number here? So think about when you count. Write the number that comes after 8. So count in your head maybe if you're not sure. But look at, you also have a number line here to help you. Write the next 2 numbers when you count. What 2 numbers are greater than 8? Write them in. Write it in. Write those next 2 numbers for me, okay? Awesome. When you count, what comes next? Great. All right, then eyes back up here. Okay, now this is a little bit trickier. You ready? Okay. What number is this, everyone? 5. Everybody, what number is this? 9. Okay. What is a number? There's a couple of them. Between 5 and 9. Write a number that is greater than 5, but is also less than 9. There's a couple numbers between these numbers, right? So think of one, just write any of those numbers. Think of a number, just put your paper down, please, and don't shout out any numbers, Steve. It's got to be greater than 5, but it's going to be less than 9. So just think about the numbers when you count that are in between 5 and 9. Remember, you have a number line here to help you as well. So pick a number. Which one is greater than 5, but it's also less than 9? And when you count, it's in between. There's a couple numbers that you can choose from. No, just one. Just one. It doesn't matter which one you write, but it has to be greater than 5, and it's going to be less than 9 when you write it. Okay?
But it has to be less than, look at your number line.
Listen, we're only allowed to help you once. If you made a oops, we'll only help you once. But if the second time you still don't have the right number, we can't tell you that, okay? Because I need to really see that if you get it or not. Okay? If you don't, it's okay. But remember, when you're counting, it has to come. You didn't, buddy. You're on your own this time, okay? You can do it. Just think about it. When you count, look here on your number line. Here's 5. Here's 9. What are the numbers that are in between there? Pick one of them. Okay? All right, you think you're done? Go ahead and lift your paper up. We'll come grab it from you.
You're done?
Okay? Okay, so last thing, I know we won't get to our handwriting stuff right now, so this is our extra because of our little schedule thing. Okay, so I'm going to come. They did this one for you. Same thing. They drew in 9 counters, so trace those 9 counters. And then in the second 10 frame, how many counters did they draw? How many are in the second 10 frame, Alina? 7. Very good. So trace over those 7. Now they were looking for the number that is greater. So that's why they have a circle around which number, Jacob? 9. So trace over the circle there. Very good. Okay. So you're going to kind of do the same thing now. Okay? So here's the thing though. The directions are going to change a little bit. So it says draw counters in the 10 frames and then compare the numbers and draw a circle around the numbers that are greater. Okay? So go ahead for number 1. Draw how many counters in the first 10 frame? What does it say there, Jenna? 6. So 6 in the first 10 frame. And then how many in the second 10 frame, Will? 7. Okay, so draw 7 counters in the next one. We're down here now. Come on, you gotta move along. Move along. Just go down there. It's okay. All right. Then circle the number that is greater, 6 or 7. Circle the number that is greater, 6 or 7. Okay, got that? All right. Now we're going to go over to number 2. Now listen. First step is the same. I need you to fill in the 10 frames to match the number. So draw your counters. What's the first 10 frame going to have? Benny, what's its first number? 8. So draw me 8 counters in the first 10 frame. All right. How many in the second 10 frame, Victoria? 6. So 6 in the second 10 frame. Okay. This time, I don't want the number that is greater. I want you to put an X on the number that is less. Put an X on the number that is less. Just a little X on it so I can see that it's X'd out. Just show me that it's less, either 8 or 6. Put an X on the number that is less. Thumbs up, you got that? When you're done, flip it over. Okay? All right. Okay, again, same thing. We have a number 5 this time. Okay, draw me 5 counters in the first 10 frame. I know you guys know your numbers, so this is great. Go ahead. And then the second 10 frame gets how many counters, Matt? 7. Very good. So 5 in the first one, 7 in the bottom one. Okay? So this time, I'm looking for the number that's greater. Circle the number that's greater. Is it going to be 5 or 7? Circle the number that's greater. 5 or 7. Circle the one that's greater. All right, we're good?
Yes.
Okay. All right, number 4. Okay. What's the first number that we see here? Will? 8. Please draw me 8 counters next to the 8. Count them out to yourself. Don't draw them too big. Okay. What's the next number, Bendy? 8. So again, draw me 8 counters. 8 counters next to the 8. Okay. So, okay, you're supposed to draw 8 counters and 8 counters, right? So we drew 8 counters for this number and 8 counters for this one. What does that mean? These numbers are what, Ethan? They're equal. Okay, so that is what we did. They didn't ask us to circle both of them, but go ahead and circle both of them because we know that they're equal, right? We drew a picture, and we're going to circle them too, just because we know that they're both equal. It doesn't tell us to do that, but we're going to do it. It's a good, we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so now this is a little different. Okay, so number 5. Is everyone down here by number 5? Got H, you down here? Watching? Okay. Oh, let's not make noises. I need everyone to hear. This is a different direction now. This is something new. So it says, write a number that is less than the number that is shown. Okay? So, first of all, let's do this. I want you to draw counters to match that number. What number is this, everybody? Everybody. 8. So go ahead and draw me 8 counters. 8 counters. Now, on the line, do you know a number that is less than 8? Go ahead and you can write it on the blank line and then draw me that many counters. I need a number that's less than 8. Any number you want to do that's less than 8, except for 0, because I want to see something there, okay? All right? So draw me a number and write the number and then draw me counters to match that number. It has to be less than 8. Okay, we got that? Great. Great. Write the number. Make sure it is less. Count these again, buddy. You have a good number. The count your counters. Less than 8. Okay? All right. Okay, last thing. All right, number 6. All right. It says, listen to the story. You guys ready? Okay, I want to make sure Betty shares the story too. Okay, so it's got a little story to go along with it. Okay, Betty, give me the thumbs up when you're ready, Betty. All right, thanks. Okay, here we go. It says, Talia went to the pet store to buy mealworms for her lizard to eat. Her mom told her to buy more than 6, but less than 10. How many mealworms should Talia buy? Have students write a number and show that they know their answer is correct. So here's something that I think that we should do. I want you to do this for me. Okay, you guys have a blank line, right?
Yep.
So let's do this. Up here above that, can you do me a favor? Yeah, you should be able to fit it up there. You can do it above or below. But let's write our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I want you to write those numbers. 1 to 10. You guys all know how to do that. Write your numbers. Come on, write your numbers on your own. You guys know how to write those. Go up to 10. Don't write them so big. Make sure you fit them all. Don't write so big. Okay. All right, so Talia's mom said, okay, well, you need to buy more than 6. Okay, so more than 6 means, are we going to buy 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1?
No.
No, it has to be more than 6. Okay, so these numbers aren't going to work. So I have to go this way, don't I? More than 6. But she also said it has to be less than what? Less than 10. So can we do 10?
No.
No, 10's not going to work either. So really, I can get rid of all these numbers. Sure, cross them out. That helps. Why not? Okay, I don't really need this arrow really right now. Get rid of that.
We don't need 6 or more than 6.
Oh, sorry, more than 6. Yeah. So more than 6. So we can't do 6. It's more than 6. Because 6 would be equal, right? But we have 3 numbers left. So any of those numbers would work. Okay, I didn't tell you to cross off all the numbers. Okay, you cross off all the numbers. That's not going to work. It's got to be more than 6, but less than 10. So these are your choices. Put one on the line. Put one of those numbers on the line. Does that help you guys? See how it follows both of the rules? It's going to be more than 6, which so that means 7, 8, 9, 10. But then it said less than 10, so it can't be 10. So those are the last numbers you can choose from. Okay? So put one of those numbers on the line. It could be any one of those. That's how many mealworms you're going to get.
Okay, so what number you pick?
All right, everyone understand that? Does that make sense? Okay, great. All right, I'm going to come around and grab those, and I'm going to start sending people to walk up to like more than 2.